to be delivering when they need to.
And this is actually a huge game for Saw in terms of the VRS. If they're able to win this, I mean, they move up, I think, 3 or 4 spots up in the rankings, right? A lot more on the line for them than for Legacy.
Well, we're going to see if they can seize that opportunity. The game is live. Take it away, Mohan and Connor.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Yes, sir. Big implications for Saw. I like that Yanko brings that up right before we go into it. I also just want to say that of all the teams that we could have expected to get out into the top 4 of this event, the thing Saw still have going for them is they are very much an underdog, even within this pack. Second lowest ranked team coming in, barring FlyQuest. And now, again, with 0 time for preparation, leave it all out there. Let's see what you've got. You've already got Legacy charging you down through the short side of A site, though. Agile not going to stop them from getting footing on site, rather just wants to keep himself alive, and krazy throws himself at a chance to get a kill. But we go 4v5 post-plant, quickly cut down to size, and because you were still able to maintain that control of the apartments, there's no way Legacy feel comfortable at the moment. That smoke is soon to come up. Lotto could save this. Him and Nissim trying to piece it together, and this pit hold still going well. Nissim with the 1. Oh, it's a bit labored, but 2 kills all he's gonna get, and we've got Saw to crack it open in the CT pistol.
Lovely start for Saw, man. Like, that's that fast A play that Yanko was talking about, right up lane, ignoring everything, not worrying about the halls at all. And even though they went that quickly, and it looked pretty scary, especially as they were trying to come out of the balcony, all of the CTs were flanking and pushing and finding small opportunities to get a shot in after this B flank took place. Right here, beautiful shot from krazy. Like, you gotta love the activity. Fighting fire with fire. I know that's technically not what that phrase means, but it still makes sense.
Think about it. They'll have a second too. You think Saw is one of those teams that's going to be able to handle the aggressive Legacy stance as it goes on? You know, you just said fight fire with fire, and we know Legacy will just keep that tempo up.
Yeah, I just think that Legacy is just not a gimmick for them. Like, it's just who they are all the way down to the core. It's how they wake up out of bed, you know? They probably start yelling at their cereal in the morning. Like, that's just that's not even them pretending. They're not putting up a face. So it's just, they move fast and they're really good at it. I don't think, the thing is, like, you keep up with them or deal with it in different ways. And, you know, just like Astralis showed SK, you can slow down a fast team and you don't have to speed up to fight them, but you're not going to change them. It's just going to be, I think we just saw evidence that they can and what way they'll do it. I mean, I'm not sure I'm ready to believe Saw can win this series yet. I know they are looking better and better, but
Eaton flashes his story right now. He's in the middle of all this. Back turn, bomb drop. Oh, God. Not the prettiest, but at least he does a bunch of damage. And krazy is going to draw attention as he comes out for Library, which really just lets Agile keep his head down inside of the pit. He's able to take an extra second, make sure they maintain control. And so good on Story. Kind of felt like he definitely relayed the message that this was this all-in hyper-aggressive move, and then he still stuck the timing on his own individual play.
was that the smoke push?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just said that, you know, I thought GamerLegion were going to come out Juggernaut style, go through Aurora because their energy wasn't great. Saw if they surprise us. I mean, I will be surprised still, even though this is a 2-0 start. It's feeling really good for Saw. I'm going to need more evidence. I think Legacy for me right now are standing out as a team that maybe could win 2 tournaments back to back. If Saw win this, the VRS points jumping up 3 spots. Even if they don't win the finals, they've completed a Cinderella run.
Whew. Gonna mow through 2 players with guns, folks. Story, triple kill on an attempt for Legacy to break down the door on brackets. Looking a little bit stubborn with how adamant they are to get this bit of map control in these first few rounds. Costs them 3 players, all dying with no frags. And Story really seizing the opportunity here. Quad kill, real chance for an ace. Early days in this map. Nissim just kind of timid on the corner. That's fine. Huge moment for Story, churning through those rifles.
Oh boy, an ace here. You know, it's for Story, it's for Saw, it's the 3-0 start, it's versus head-armored opponents here. This is impressive. This is looking really interesting now.
perfect nade. Pops open the smoke, gives him a shooting gallery. Dumao, who probably maybe didn't realize just how much of vision he was giving over. And then the closer's just as clean as the start. Single. Well, that's Spanish, but you get the gist of it.
Yeah, nice try, pimp.
Maybe if I tweet 40 flags. Oh, okay. Or, oh, no way.
Wow.
Just slammed, man. Come into this one. A little bit of Kevlar, a little bit of pistol, a little bit of hope. And Aragorn lines you up on the wall.
What's in the water today?
Upset sauce. Well, I say upset like Aurora shouldn't have won that, but they had just kind of given us, they had slowly chipped away at our confidence in their ability. And today was a very, very quick reminder. Very quick reminder as to Aurora's ceiling.
You said that was an hour and 15 minutes.
An hour, yeah. When the game ended, I went back, checked on the YouTube VOD. It was an hour and 15 minutes from the first round of Overpass, including desk segments in between.
Crazy. That's
an hour and 15. Has to be the fastest
run.
best of 3 on land this year, no doubt in my mind. Maybe ever, dude.
It could be.
That was a playoffs game.
That was possible.
And it felt like an opening Swiss stage to me.
Swiss cheese.
Lotto trying to get anything going here. Desert Eagle looking for the bomb plant. If you can get that stray Deagle headshot on somebody, then yeah, maybe bomb goes down and you make some cash, but Aragorn gonna give it a few seconds and make sure all 5 stand strong for Saw. It's only one gun round that Legacy have flopped so far. They'll be coming back with their second here in round 5, but very convincing start for Saw. The kind of start that builds up a ton of cash as well. You know, we've seen the makings of this. Like, this was them versus Aurora as well. Saw back on Nuke, they kind of, you know, when Aurora discussed their slow starts at this event, it was at the hands of Saw, really. That was the real prime example.
Yeah, it's like, can't lose to Saw. That's sort of how it felt at first.
You know, and even that third map, when it got competitive out of the gate, Saw still had the recovery. So Saw have shown us that if you give them this runway at the very start of maps, they are going to test you for the entire run. I don't doubt that Legacy will power up into this T side, but you've got a lot of economy now to try to slowly chip away at.
I mean, Liquid just got turned to mush by Saw. That was pretty unreal to watch. Like, I mean, that was just on Inferno as well. It's still the same day. Yanko brought up, they got the 2 maps they're looking for. Really makes you think.
Util for the re-aggression. Well done from Muterus, setting up Aragorn for success. That was 2 kills and half of Dumao.
Such fantastic timing.
Dumao grabs that bomb. He's going to try to come join forces with this look at the brackets again, a position that Legacy have been tried to fight for, but have not really found success whatsoever.
There's a tip-off there, though. I mean, they're starting to throw grenades, so it doesn't matter now, but CT can come over.
Miss him shut down. Lotto answers back. A chance to pinch this A defense. Agile's got to be careful not to give himself up. Lotto's going to try to cheese around this smoke, but Muterus locks into Moto corner.
Such a good move for Muterus. He could still get snuck up on, but he'll get some info for his pit player. And yeah, like Lotto's looking in library for him.
He knows he's somewhere, and he could still consider Moto.
Can't believe it.
He writes
That's
it off.
so good, man. Muterus.
Cut down from the balcony. It's another kill for Muterus, in fact. So Muterus gets a 2K, and that Aragorn double kill over towards Banana just puts Legacy on the back foot yet again.
That's such a sweet reposition. It's such a small detail, but like, you know, yeah, someone's in library, they're perfectly safe. You wouldn't expect them to be moving out to a spot like that. You've got to love it. Old but not tired. We've seen Saw also, you know, go through some of the craziest losses in history with Muterus on the lineup. And I don't mean like they got stomped. I mean Deus Ex Machina level crazy timings. Jame getting them out of a major, them trying to qualify to the major for the first time. That was just, it has been brutal. And the fact that he's been here, you know, scar tissue and all, still gaming,
just
new
chasing
lineups.
The dream,
yeah.
baby. Just refuses to give up on the dream. What a perfect event as well for them to kind of burst back into the scene with.
Like losing Aristos and U-Jerks, it felt like those are the keys.
Yep. Felt like it was going to set them back years again. But here they are, testing Legacy, one of the hottest prospects of the second half of 2025. A prospect, though, that with even MAC-10 still has explosiveness in their toolbox. And so this balcony pressure could still find a way to fight its way through. But blindsided is saadzin. krazy inside. Gonna keep going on. And that's 3 frags to krazy. Tech9 hits the ground. 6-0 start for Saw. Tell me they don't believe right now.
What is happening today?
They're owning.
Holy.
This would be a huge event as well. We talk about, you know, just it's something that we kind of neglect a lot in the conversations of Counter-Strike's events, because when they're being won by the same teams over and over, prize pool becomes this conversation in a back burner sense. You tell Saw that they have a chance at $200,000 for the players, $200,000 for the club share.
Yeah,
it's a $1.25 million event right now.
Yeah. Absolutely. And it's lovely that it means a lot in VRS and dollars.
You know, you seize the opportunity, an event without the top dogs at it. Oh, a chance for Aurora to get their first win? Well, Saw have other ideas. Years of hard work for a guy like Bucharest being put on the line because he knows that these chances, they don't come every day of your career. And just when Legacy start to become familiar with the feeling of victory, this tough pill of a 6-0 Saw start on Legacy's map pick, no less, has become a reality. Low health in the 4v4. Still a couple smokes, still a couple mollies. They can go in for this full-blown B execute. Story's off is going to be leaning back towards Coffin, waiting for a target. And wait for krazy to start dumping his belt of utility in a second. He's going to try to interrupt this execute. And the fact that the T's went in with both their smokes, both their mollies, means there is no second volley. They have to try to charge through smoke.
What?
Aragorn double, and then krazy comes through with the solo of his own.
Oh my goodness. 2 per player. Was that just the smallest little spray transfer, or was it a stray bullet? I don't know, but it's not what Legacy wanted to see.
Ripping it apart with that smoke grenade. Just the right tools put in place by Saw.
There have been no saves for Legacy this game. Not a single one.
Just going to keep trying. Story happy to interrupt that quick mid-flood. Second victim made way too easy. Lotto thinks that he can skip some steps. Thought maybe Story would go on the retreat, but he stuck around just enough to make that one happen. Now there is a chance Nissan pops out from balcony. krazy tracks the headshot. Story triple and another full house.
This is the craziest day of CS I can remember. What are these?
0.
3 maps. Last series was only 1 map worth of rounds.
After that GamerLegion blowout, Richard called it nightmare fuel. And it feels like that's going to be the same case for Legacy if they can't pull out of this tailspin.
Not a single save. When's the last time we got a bomb plant out of Legacy?
That would be in the pistol. Near identical situation to what GamerLegion faced Aurora on Overpass.
Story's hit.
So is krazy as well. And krazy in their previous games, there was times where I was like, yeah, he is crazy.
I think, you know, with the slower games, krazy a little newer as well.
Sure.
You know, maybe is not cut out for that just yet, but like in these maybe faster paced environments, we can let his aim go. I feel like he's actually enjoying it a lot.
I would be too. 11-2 at the moment.
9 rounds in, Bucharest is 3-2.
Yeah, it's all good. He's molding guys like Story, krazy, and Aragorn into the beasts that we see before us. trying to pounce with these Tech 9s. We're going to get smokes to deny Muterus's angles. Here we've got a lot of pressure. Again, better weapons still for the defenders, but Legacy have been afforded some close proximity. It's all about peeling them off, and it is a 1K from krazy. Muterus goes down with nothing. Agile, the same. Able to break down that defense just by getting close enough for it. There is still a recovery to be had because Aragorn has been a key piece to the success here of Saw. Fire into the bomb site.
Oh, that nade?
A frag with Saadzin's name on it, but he does get in behind the deepest corner of this site. Another nade that didn't go deep enough. Utility just keeps on coming, and Story's going to zone him. So Nissim 1v2 almost lined them up. They're going to go wide swinging with the own T's guns. Story swinging with Tech 9s against him.
The nades are amazing. It looked like they were maybe just getting into that a little too soon, walking out of the library smoke, but no, they get the pit player. Headshot in little pit. And there's just no way to stabilize and play together in that post plant. It's even faster than overpass. This might be faster than Dust too.
I've never
9-0.
You know, I could stomach one of those maps. I could hang on for a second. I am almost at a loss for words that we're getting another map like this in the semifinals. And like a team like Legacy, usually, you know, they fight back in these kinds of tough starts.
I mean, come on. You can see Legacy doing this, and then we just talk about, oh, well, yeah, they're the better team, and, you know, they maybe have odds of winning this event, and they're looking so strong lately and consistent, and 9-0 versus Legacy.
It is expectations today blown out of the water. A GamerLegion power-up that went up in smoke. And some Legacy aggression that is getting utterly stuffed. 10 rounds into Saw's CT side, still yet to lose one. That last round was the first bomb plant since the pistol. And even then, the retake looks smooth as butter.
It looks like the baton has been passed on Legacy's Inferno.
Oof. Good jump by Lotto getting over the scope. So Story wasn't quite ready for that player to run up, but the other two A defenders already have a kill apiece, and they get those kills with barely any damage back the other way. Again, they hold the line. krazy and Agile with a 2K apiece, and the bomb has been found on Lux running elsewhere. 25 seconds, missing his jumps. This is a desperate attempt to get into A if he even wants to take a swing at this, but I think you've got to concede a 10th.
I don't know. I mean, like, you need a round, right?
He'll walk out from the balcony. There's eyes on it right here from krazy. Chance for the op. He hits that through the lip of the tall box, but there's no time. He needed that kill and then a second somehow. Never going to happen with players on the site. Another test stood tall by Saw.
That's better that he doesn't get the kill. Otherwise, he would have died to the guy on site, and that would be that. So 10-0. Guillotine's coming down at 100 miles per hour. It was shocking to see Saw beat up on Liquid so badly. Like, but now I'm looking at a team that has just about the same amount of kills as they did.
What a run that we are actually watching Saw go on. Best of 3 victories consecutive over Ninjas in Pyjamas, GamerLegion, Aurora, Liquid, and now potentially Legacy. So what's an Aurora rematch for a team like Saw right now? We knew that somebody was coming to Bucharest and was going to seize the opportunity. And we had a short list of frontrunners. No list had Saw at the top of it. Agile dropping smoke in the face of this balcony pressure. There is still a world where Legacy will chew away at this A site, get themselves something of a T side going. krazy are getting zoned into the Moto corner. And bomb on site, 3 players over towards that pit to hold off.
Nissim could nade him, like, so close to dying. Just get rid of this problem.
Frags over top, retake ready to go. Still tons of util for this. You could smoke off the pit, deny these angles. It'd be Legacy with low LOS. Aragorn starting to wrap it around. Nissim's nade doesn't go for the low player, but rather the 2 on the retake, and he does chip both slightly. Lux and Lotto looking over their cover for contact, and that's going to work out. krazy desperate to get it going. Legacy burst through that A defense at least once on this T side.
That's something. At least get that one kill, and I mean, I appreciate that Saw just hung out the fight. I don't think they really believed they were going to easily win that retake, but if they got a few kills, that would be painful for Legacy at least. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter now. We're on the last round of the half already. It's been an instant transmission here. Some semblance of life out of Legacy. Finally, kicks off with this shoulder spot going awkwardly for Agile.
Saadzin gonna try his hand at the counter op.
Oof, they wanted to commit, but
through Boiler again, thinking maybe the solution is aggression, but remember, Bomb is still down on T ramp. So nobody's able to really commit until Doomao doubles back from B, if that's the play. If you want to get Saw over-committed to an A site, considering it's the real target that Legacy have been going for. Oh, flash dodge, and Nissim comes out on top of that duel. Then you've got Saadzin already on this op angle. But again, Bomb to be scooped up. That gives a little more time for Muterus to come over. Him versus Lux on Arch. Only 10 bullets in this magazine for krazy. Certainly not ideal that he's already sprayed half the mag. Will need to go for the reload as he dives into the site, doesn't get a chance at the multi-kill, and so Legacy sink their teeth into this A site for a second time consecutive. 10 rounds straight for Saw, but there is an answer, a sign of life for Legacy. They're gonna kill Aragorn in the backdrop. Muterus stuck into the Moto corner, chipped down to half health. The fight continues here for Lux. The fight continues for Legacy. Muterus locked in, nobody overstepping. They don't want to be the first to fall in a 1v3 attempt that they absolutely need to close. And there's further damage done. Luckily, Muterus was able to bank on teammates to get this ball rolling. Now he's gonna have to finish the half on his own. Swaps the guns over. Lux right on the box is where this one ends. 2 rounds for Legacy. Something to believe in.
Yeah, I mean, it's like even 2 rounds is kind of surprising with it being a 10-0 in like 5 minutes. But 2 good rounds versus A. 0 successful B takes this game out of Legacy. It ended up being the A plays. Yanko called it. I mean, Saw don't get to end the half laughing, at the very least. I mean, how much does it really matter?
I'd say for a team like Legacy, actually quite a bit.
Like, Saw are happy to be here on Inferno. Like, I don't think they were even leaning on... Like, they're going to T side. I could say this. It would have to be a choke now. They're doing on Inferno what Legacy were doing on Inferno in June. We also know for Legacy, like, they've been picking Inferno lately, but it's just not the same map for them anymore.
Charge for Lotto down middle. Legacy looking to play as they do. The identity is not in question. I'll give them that. They remained adamant about breaking down the doors on A. They will give a taste of aggression over to Saw in this CT rush down middle. Still 3 players on the retreat. They could still sign up for a fight versus Aragorn that they don't want a part of. He finishes off Doomao. Saadzin has to retreat low.
They just took all those fights. They saw 3 there and still kept going for it. Saadzin down low, but Legacy have the fallback cut off. 2 on the site that Saw are going towards. All this nade.
You're gonna use the open smoke. Exposes a low health Saadzin. Lux gonna take cover in behind second orange. Do they clear? Aragorn jump spots the corner, and they've broken back into this. There is no kit on the round for Legacy. And so Nissim, in a desperate act, 1 versus 2, has to take this back over. Legacy thought that some aggression down mid would be the key to get back into some realm of control. T's go for the split, wrapping around back over towards Church Door. And if Nissim goes to clear it, this is a good read to at least try to shave off the first player. Nicely done. Had to get him out of there. And still, 17 seconds on the bomb with no kit. He's going to tap it to try to get Aragorn to bite, and Aragorn doesn't give him what he wanted.
Oh my goodness.
No peek behind it. No chance for Nissim. An embarrassing pistol as he is lost in the sauce looking for contact. Never had an idea as to where Aragorn gets off to. Huge recovery for Saw.
Oh my goodness, Aragorn is playing with his food. He's disrespecting Legacy because he's earned it. The place that they put themselves in, they just know they're going to win. What a round to fight back against that mid push. I love the conviction of the protocols. It can get messy and you think, oh, maybe we should just go B in this situation. They have 3 A spotted. We got 1 kill on the push. But instead, they catch 3 CTs who just feel like they have to fall back now because they actually haven't won bottom steps. A team that's on the same page.
Nice frag out of Legacy at least. And we're going to have to grasp at straws to praise them for anything so far.
Yep, 2 good nades and a late smoke. You saw want to go through it.
2-round half.
I think they're a little antsy because they didn't expect so much utility coming into a round like this.
Nice.
Oh, beautiful stuff.
Really good utility coming out of Legacy, setting themselves up to honestly hold this back, even though they're only on pistols, but a team kill for krazy, certainly not ideal. At least it's still a B site open, and the rotator's coming over. There's still that frag on Nissim, which could kill the bomb plant. It's a little bit late.
Oh, nice.
Just misses it. Bomb still goes down. Gets the kill, of course. Can't take that away from him. And very awkward story trying to play around these smokes. They're looking to get off into the banana control, but they also predict that Lux would be over there.
Mid-round.
Bomb is planted on the corner just by Coffin. Obviously no kit here to play with for Legacy, and it's going to burn time because they're going to assume that there's players still in these corners. But both got off of the bomb site. 2 players repositioned to banana, and Story is not going to let you back in.
That's straight up beautiful CS. I mean, taking a situation like that and making it even more difficult when if they played standard spots, it would have been a fine post plant still. But they didn't give him any chance. They moved off the site in a safe way, around that smoke, off to CT spawn. It's just impossible to read, really. And yeah, we're watching back these amazing grenades that came through. Like, you got to give Legacy so much credit for coming up with a tactic like this, even at wit's end, but it's all cosmetic.
Can't believe that reposition.
Scout, UMP, Mag 7.
Lotto scratching
MP9
his
and
head.
a 5.7. That's what they've got to stop this.
It's a mixed bag. Saw in total control.
They'll do Mao jump. The kind of game where he dies jumping, right?
Gonna let him round the corner. Oh, that frag grenade set up. It's an easy kill for Dumao, but that's gonna scare them back over towards the A site. And it doesn't look to me like Saw are gonna waste any time with it.
Yeah, it's a quick call. 3B, they're right.
Straight up avoid that Mag 7, move it over. Scout shot is good. Again, softening up the targets as they get closer to these bomb sites. I don't count Legacy out just yet, and we've got that fast flurry over through Library. Already adding themselves to this bomb site are Lux and that Mag 7 on Dumao, but now Saw sort of forced to slow it down because of the scout damage, because of the kill. At 35 seconds, they group back up. What sort of options are left open?
Trying to keep a death grip on every single round. Squeeze it dry. I don't know if there's time
Save.
to actually go back, but
Save.
the bomb is...
Yep. You know you've already got Legacy against the ropes. You've got real rifles to lose in this instance.
Yeah, they could have given those
Let
over.
it go.
That's true.
Yeah, let it go. You know, okay, let Legacy get a third one. You have given yourself 10 map points, and I like that Saw take this opportunity so seriously. You could have burst back through with that sprint over to the A site, but once the scout and the damage comes out, let it go.
And they picked up one Galil off of that because they saved 3 of those AKs. So that's all that Legacy will get. They'll buy up, upgrade some of their value village bargain basics buy here, and they'll still have a scout. They'll still have an MP9. But Saw still have the edge.
And attack pause with it. Save 3 AKs, hit the tack pause, and then put a little cherry on top here of Inferno. What a convincing way to do it. The power behind this 3-player core right now in Story, Krazy, and Aragorn. Awesome to see a guy like Krazy kind of come into his own versus opposition like Legacy. I think you were right about that. You know, it's kind of his style to be playing this sort of fast CS.
Probably how he got noticed.
Let the AK do the talking. Exchange of util over towards Banana. Saw taking another swing at closing this first map. This 2-player CT boost inside of the apps. It's going to be challenged on both ends. Good test. Trying to time that one correctly. Krazy lets them get away as he grabs the AK-47.
Does he want to repressure this? They've smoked the end of halls. There is a small arch gap. It's being watched with a scout here from saadzin on Moto. Legacy are playing back this round. I mean, even on B, they're posturing, they're showing strength here on A with their nades and trying to show that they know what the T's are doing, but they actually don't have the info. Aragorn's here with a pistol, controlling car. Wow, this actually might be the golden move. The CTs cannot get out of here. And they haven't pushed. They're going to have to go for a lane retake. It has to be the 2 guys at B.
Not wasting time. Lotto commits to the tree. This MP9 is going to be gold. Oh, and it is! 2 kills on that smoke, but not expecting Krazy to come through, who does further damage onto Dumao. Aragorn going to try to run him down, but you've only got an extra 5 seconds. He could still slice through Dumao, but no, sir. Both of those defenders had to go big, and they do.
The smoke is perfect. Is that a deep CT smoke from... Was that a CT? That's okay. Yeah, and it was like popped at the perfect time where the MP9 could actually get those 2 kills. You could see they were watching it. That was still a great call from Saw, again, because they were controlling top banana with 1 guy.
I think that's the one downside of going as fast as they did through CT spawn, is that you gave him just that extra second of warning so that he could throw down his smoke and get into the corner on tree.
It was kind of low time.
But enough of a warning sign gives Legacy's defenders a chance to put the very few tools they had in the right place. Make that unlikely hold just slightly easier for himself.
The cohesion is looking fantastic, though, from Saw. And just inspirited calling and... Even the fact that these mid to late round situations are close, or they really hard limit what Legacy even get out of it if they want to save. Like it. Looking at the first half, Legacy didn't save at all.
Fallen style. Unlike GamerLegion, at least Legacy have a chance to rebound, but It's a long road to overtime. saadzin gonna get run down by the Glocks. Just don't lose on this round. This is
Just
Glocks across the board.
It's just Glocks.
Only Glocks for Saw. They get close to that A site, they suddenly pop out.
No.
Just Glocks to start this round, and still that pit player is standing the test. There should have never been any sort of test.
Oh my goodness.
Nissim, well done, because your teammates just died to Glocks, brother.
That's chaotic. They forgot about Pit for a second. They were up there in Graveyard. If he didn't expose himself in that second peek, it might have actually been a Glock round.
Great way to keep the money humble for Legacy. Still 7 rounds to close out map 1 if you are Saw. Shy of a couple AKs, but nades galore here for Saw. We'll see what kind of moves Legacy start making. We know that Legacy, you saw it in the pistol, happy to take fights on their terms, but when you have no margin of error left over, that is when you can start to play as a shell of yourself. These risks down banana, the glance out mid, all of that could be the start of the end if you are Legacy.
They might get another HE kill, actually. They've just softened up Muterus, Aragorn. They have another setup for that half-wall position. Soft avoided now, well, taken 2, avoided 2. But it's the same spot where they split CT last time, and they know that Legacy don't actually have information. They're getting pushed off the falls. Oh!
That's what you're looking for.
Oh! But
a gun round,
still
no
Arch
less.
still Arch is open.
Yeah.
They still have a B split, right? Even if they go back mid, the CTs can't just rotate through CT spawn because they don't have control of it. Instead, Doomau's pulled back, and they aren't splitting, but they're still going B.
They could still try to find a way onto site. They have just enough util to block off that CT cross, just enough to try to give a challenge over to Lotto. You know Doomau's going to come running to the assist, though.
Is going to run through this.
Does get here in time. Can Lotto stop it in its tracks? Eating a nade in the process. He'll finish off Aragorn. Tough to get him out of this box. Lotto holds on for dear life, and he gets himself all he needs, just enough to hold off for the assist from Doomau. Legacy's comeback into map 1, slowly but surely being pieced together round by round.
They're all good rounds, but they were all losable positions. And again, if you take a snapshot of the map, you know, before that op collateral happens on Arch, even after that, Saw found a way to make the right split happen. They almost had a 3v1 on site. They had Doomau in a rotate spot. They haven't peeled back to Speedway. None of the CTs on the A site had bracket control or Arch, didn't have information.
Through the fire they will fight. In the face of pistols, Saw just hide behind their corners, waiting for that opening move Legacy like to make. They've survived it with minimal damage. You're dead on in
so
that.
passive every round, man. Like this is like a big style defense, like 2020 big, where they would stay on B with 2. They would use all of their lineup grenades to put all the pressure on, and they did a good job of landing them. But it's all unconfirmed damage, right? You get those hits, but you don't have numbers. You don't have rotation speed. You don't have anyone to come and support you, to flash from CT spawn. It must be these 2 players.
So far, it's worked for Legacy just enough to keep them in the game, but blinded in the process is Doomau. Tech9's also full white. Everybody trying to find safety, and it is Legacy to leave it open for the taking. You painted the picture perfectly. You still allow for Saw to pounce, and in doing so, pressure on. No margin of error here, Legacy. It is a retake demanded. Nissim's going to get flashed into the church, and he will find Aragorn for free. Now a frag grenade at the feet of the others. Muterus gonna get bombarded out of the corner. A real retake inbound. Everything coming together here for Legacy, showing that even with the risk, they can step up to that plate. It's as if it was never even close. All 3 thrive on the retake, and that lead now cut down to a measly 5-round gap.
Wow, man, they actually made that look so good. The double HEs, and again, it's nades. This time it's the retake nades coming over for the A site. That has just been the most important part of the utility for Legacy, using those extremely effectively, and they ran through that retake. It was fine spots by Saw. They don't have the best guns ever to hold. It was a sort of a round where they're, you know, they're half buying, waiting for this rifle. It's another close call. The worrying part again is, you know, if they're going to stage all these situations where they have to retake, I promise eventually something will go wrong. But they are also looking for opening plays at the beginning of the rounds, but Saw have really been careful about avoiding any damage there.
Feels like that's the part of Legacy that Saw are very prepared for. They understand damn well that they will come at you, but this is different. Doomau is dead. You know, it's one thing to sit in your bomb site to try to hold them back. It's another to go for around that corner for the challenge. Even more pressure added to Legacy now. 4 versus 5 is where they're going to have to pull this one off from. And you're not dealing with a Saw that's just flying around the corner with Tech 9s. Full gun round for Saw to close out. After 5 rounds in a row consecutive from Legacy, starting to believe in this ability to build the comeback. It's one thing to have a small margin of error, but they have none. Not after losing the second pistol and letting Saw convert. So how do you hold off
They're gaming them
in this
rotations.
4v5?
They keep winning on these rotations. Okay, it's come to the time now. Nissam's hung out in halls long enough. He's told his teammates, okay, you got to be worried about B.
Flash to the pit, and the util comes over top. It's going to be another high-pressure situation for Lotto. CT cross, though, challenged by Lux.
He's going through.
P2000 in hand. Act of desperation. Doesn't go for the reload, doesn't go for the retake. Just tries to keep Saw on their toes, but Agile turns it around. And that one right there could make the difference. They know saadzin is up in this church, and he has had a hell of a half, not in a positive fashion, split between these last two Ts. Saw took Aurora off guard with strong starts, and they could kill Legacy with it here. They will. Finally, just put this one in, push it over the line with a 13-7 finish, and Legacy against the ropes as Saw's hopes for semis to finals lives on.
And yes, Connor, we're continuing the Halloween theme. Saw said to Legacy, do you want to play a game? And they said, no, actually, we don't know. It's just a semi-final.
That's your best one all day.
So, yeah.
Good fundamental stuff. Their mid rounds are so cool. Even every round on that comeback for Legacy, Saw had a chance to win, no matter what. Whether it was Glocks, half buys, they got all the rotations correct. They only lost out to frags and the good utility that Legacy used. The HEs were awesome.
The loss that they had to stomach versus Aurora on this very same map was just a strong T side out of Saw. 7 rounds versus the 5 CT of Aurora. It was them unable to kind of get the defense under wraps. So we'll have to see if they're able to improve upon that once they swap over. But we've had no real red flags on the attack. So let's expect good things from Saw from map 1 to map 2. Let's see if Legacy can power it up with the hopes of a second trophy lift at consecutive events on the line. That is what Legacy fight for. Right now,
Krazy got another kill upstairs. They're thinking about changing up.
Taking a look at it, Muterus thinking about rejoining.
This is actually not right.
Beretta's top ladder. Oh, the player down beneath didn't let Muterus all the way back down. Muterus tried to get off the ladder, but he's standing on his teammate's head.
Yeah, they were going to commit upstairs, but now Lotto stops them.
Lotto, you've let him get into the middle of it all. Beretta's starting to tear through everybody. Bomb on Krazy's back. Starts to head back downstairs. And you have allowed Lotto to get away with this. For a moment, he had nobody to shoot at. But that thought of returning back to the upper floor, all of a sudden, you put Krazy in a place where he needs an ace. In a round where Lotto has 3 kills to his name. saadzin going to start that defuse as they're not working with a kit. And he's going to have to push out through the double doors. He does get the crossover. Ramp player's dead. Still the defuse comes through. Woo!
Wow.
saadzin sticking it all the way as Legacy robbed the pistol round back because it started off so well for Saw.
It's great for Lotto. It's like, unfortunately, they were changing their strat because Krazy got those 2 kills upper. That does seem like a good reason to go back upstairs, but they just didn't realize how many of the Legacy players just rotate so quickly and were there, ready to supplant that position. And Lotto put himself in the middle of all. It's an excellent round for him. So key that he follows his kill down the vent. It's so hard to communicate what you're seeing when you think that your teammate's about to just walk into an open site through hut.
It's like the 4th or 5th 4K in a pistol throughout the semifinals. Showing pop-off potential in the first rounds of halves. Wow, the secret wall outside and the kill on the smoke definitely kind of scared CTs there for a second. Legacy looking to rotate quickly because that is what they do. Controlling the vents, eyes outside. Nissim falls away from the presence inside of ramp.
They got 3 players downstairs now. I mean, obviously Legacy could just run into this, but they do a good job of sniffing out these stacks. And the reason you don't rotate down, some teams get frozen, it's because it's hard to rotate back up, and that's where Legacy are at right now. Oh my god. What?
That helps. But MP9 on the hut door. Oh, no multi-kill. krazy's AK still in this. Oh boy.
It's another sick mid-round out of Saw.
Oh boy.
But the retakes have been fantastic out of Legacy.
And that's going to keep on rolling. Lotto, quick kill to Aragorn. Vent player comes through. All's good. Yes, sir. You're right. It's another good retake out of Legacy. A scary one considering they let bomb go down. But they can stomach those losses. It's still Rifles move forward for all 3 of the remaining Legacy players.
Nice with majority. I mean, yeah, they've been really good on retakes. I've been so impressed with Legacy's utility. It's kind of wild, like the quality of game we just had, even though it was so one-sided at first. You know, it's like they really, I don't know. That first half, it was lopsided. The second half, you really saw Legacy like actually play well and still get outdone. This whole day, impossible to predict.
Saw with the tac pause to fine-tune before they come through with the first gun round. Gun round with 4 Galils, Mac 10.
Why is Maozasa such a fun name?
Why is Lotto giving the camera a thumbs up? 2 rounds into this second map and feels confident, I suppose.
4K later, yeah.
Little 4K in the pistol.
Hasn't died yet.
They've just forgotten about what was going down on Inferno. I mean, at least unlike GamerLegion, Legacy can say that they were coming back into Inferno.
Yeah, I mean, as Ben Hogan famously once said, the most important round is the one coming up.
I think it's Hulk Hogan that you're thinking of.
Really, did he golf?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Brother.
Hole in one, brother. Well, that's some guaranteed info on this fake cross.
I had no idea who Ben Hogan was. I should have known it was a golfer. I should have known. Should have known.
Yeah, you should have, brother.
Well, it's going to have to be an Andre the Giant-sized comeback for Saw in this round. 3v5 to the ramp room. Mac 10's inbound. Nothing to be proud of, barring the 1 frag on saadzin. Yeah, this is the Legacy I know and love. This is the Legacy that are always just one step behind one another, where there's one, there's multiple, and so ready to either, you know, show that willingness to rotate downstairs, to just get ahead of your play. So
they're
the first
like
guns of Saw fall flat.
They're like Pikmin.
Olamah!
They can like pick each other up and throw them.
Yeah.
Throw each other at the other team, and they can swarm. They work together. Are there other ones? I don't even know.
Of what?
Like, they have other names? Olimar and... Yeah.
I'm not sure. No, Olimar's the guy.
The guy?
The guy that throws the Pikmin.
Oh, I thought they just threw each other.
No.
I gotta play the games I talk about.
Yeah. Frag on the smoke, but nobody exposed. The smokes will tell a different story, though. You know there's something going on outside. And again, Lotto's just not going to be too timid about this. Happy to go take presence. He sees that there's nothing just yet. Odds are they're still stacked up behind the smoke and red box. And you may know what they're up to, but it's another story to stop it. Lux is going to try to thrust himself out of the vent with a teammate. Had a teammate, past tense. Both die on the rotate down, but there's more where those first two came from. Again, they're so fast to get into the action that Nissam's position will catch them off guard. And if not for the damage done versus saadzin, you would think that they would have just held it all off, but he's got to go for a huge reroute with only 19 HP. Muterus still a full bar of health.
I mean, this is kind of wild. Is he going to try to go for it?
With the Booger Blade. His name tag, not mine. Slides down the ladder.
It sounds like a name tag you'd have, though.
With the kit. Doesn't want to even make the play, huh? Has 20 seconds to try to slide down that vent. Could have taken a look at decon, could have taken a look at the exit, but doesn't believe in the 19 health 1v2 clutch. So he's out of here. And that, folks, is Saw's first. Not in a gun round, but rather just a stack up outside of the red box and a follow through down secret.
It's just, yeah. Tech 9, I think that was another $500 pistol one-shot headshot situation. Lotto was there, popped up, and his opponent was just too close. Great follow through here for Saw. And you can see they had half a mind to try to go back upstairs. They got those kills, and they were like, oh, we could trick them now, but I think they got worried about, you know, ending up in the same situation. Lotto's got the auto shotty in play. Another double.
Aragorn takes a bunch of damage, so if he can get anything out of this, he'll be lucky, especially with the pressure of the nades. Of flying frag's gonna finish him off. Story dives off silo before that challenge can come from over blue box. So they're gonna walk away from that outside setup.
Don't you just want to watch him walk into this noob tube?
A little bit. Lotto.
Sported originally by Hiko, followed by Simple.
Lux pressing in. Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Ramp players both caught off guard by the fact that Saw were just right there. And again, it's another moment where Saw are just going to crank the dial, fly downstairs. And this time there is no chance at a rotation for Legacy.
No, they have outside control as well. Like, the CTs can't even move.
Done. Ooh, what do you make of the CT players in transition like that getting caught by Saw's pack?
I don't want to say unlucky, but I want to say they were looking for this. They were kind of carefully approaching ramp to take that fight, right? This is a rare situation.
Story's just been sat outside all round long, hiding at times. Scouring the field now to try to close out and finish off that last M4, but Saw break through 2 rounds in a row. Going to be pretty key for this T side to get these rounds early.
Yeah, it's it's a bit of timing there because it is them walking up to ramp to try to fight it. So there's a moment where the Ts have a small advantage on the fight. If CTs there just think it's going to be a ramp take, like in the next couple seconds, you could take more of the ROPS angle, which is a bit more depressed, and let them come out a little bit. Then you'd have a huge advantage on the fight. But instead, he was lined up with Turnpike.
Yes.
So he got cleared incidentally. And it's not because that's the fight he wanted. It's just because he was about to swing on it. So it's a bit of timing. It's a great sort of punish here for Saw. They have been moving faster than expected. And that's sort of normally the recipe for Legacy winning over other teams.
And that's why I think in the first round of this match, you said, let's fight fire with fire. I think that last round is a perfect example of how it's continued. Saw taking a page out of Legacy's book. I say burn the books, let's play some Counter-Strike. Agile is going to clip Nissam, and so that one M4 in Dumao's hands yet to find a chance to really solve this round, a round that's going to be problematic once the guns have all just kind of crept across the map, which is the case now. Outer control very much here for Saw. Boosting Dumao around so that he can go and try to hold off on Heaven. Maybe this is a solution to outer yard falling, especially when you hear the flashes into garage and whatnot. This should give him a chance to find a fight at least.
I really love it. I mean, I think, again, rotating back up's the hard part. but they also know that Saw were trying to game their rotations. But Doom going back down into hell, and Saw actually are also going back down lower. They're prescient, man.
Oh,
nice shot.
Boy. Makes things interesting, because now suddenly that's another rifle
but look,
for
there's
Legacy.
no one lower. They actually, again, picked the right site to go to. They need to get into vent, have control side, plant the bomb, and post-plant.
That's that vent control they're fighting for. saadzin going to have to use his utility just to stay alive. Lux, unfortunately, for the Legacy camp, takes a bullet upside the head. We've got coverage from the bomb because, again, nobody made it downstairs for the Legacy hold. It'd be a different story if that M4 inside of the vent got away with something, but pressured back up into A. And that's just going to be the evacuation plan put in place by Legacy to save these two Colts.
It's just keeps blowing my mind every day, seeing how good, you know, like the tier 2 is. Like, this is indistinguishable from the rotations of a tier 1 team, from, you know, the quality of the aim and everything. When you see how well they're controlling the map, they're making moves without any like literal information. They have, you know, they throw a nade to influence a rotation, then they play off of that read. Legacy are moving slowly around the map, and Saw are reading every single one of their movements. It's so impressive. I mean, it makes sense for someone like Muter who's been around for so long, but sometimes that experience doesn't actually benefit you. You know, sometimes you might be left in CSGO. You might take a long time to evolve your game, and that's just not been the case for him.
One-man smoke show. Triple util for the wall. Still damage on Muterus, though. Trying to cross over, and Agile's the death that Saw will have to deal with. Just going for the spam through the squeaky door. Legacy dropping smokes out of spawn here as well. Trying to
a little light.
Stop this aggression, but Sauce just sees the chance to try to pounce, and it's damage done. Cue up the finish here for saadzin, and a hopeful wall bang that's just off the mark. Any flood downstairs just yet? Yes, Lotto and Lux are quick to draw down, and with that, krazy taking a look at site. Lotto peeks off backside, gets the kill, and no answer back for Legacy in this one. If Muterus can open up the A floor, that'd be one thing, but the bomb is still taking a glance downstairs, showing Face's story. That's going to keep them committed downstairs, but the barrel got spotted by Dumao, and that hopeful, you know, rocking of the boat back and forth between A and B, it's not going to come together. It's going to have to be story. 4 kills needed, 1 frag deep.
Oh,
no scope to the back of Dumao. Hang on. Could he leave?
2 bullets, 2 players.
Flash in front of Lux as well. That's going to make it awkward. Lux still blind. Fully white that entire time. This shot at a story. That one had legs.
Yeah, that one had centipedes worth of legs. Holy smokes, that was close.
Playing to be the hero tonight. But Story, it was a huge ask of him. Instead, Legacy get back into that lead. It's only the 1 round gap. We know Saw's T side is truly alive. But Legacy able to get downstairs, and with that defense in the back of the site, just continuing to win rifle duels to keep Saw at bay. It's nice to at least have one competitive map in these 2 semifinals.
Back on Inferno, Legacy are always trying to go out and try to find that first kill. They couldn't do it versus Saw. They're having a lot more success on Nuke. Saw are at their best when they live longer. Like, they don't rely on getting a first kill and then putting tons of pressure. They're taking map control 5v5 very effectively. Oh, but again, that's another opener for Legacy. Agile again.
Lux's position could certainly catch somebody off on the main approach, but they smoke main, so will Muterus think about this position?
He'll miss it. Oh my.
Gets around, Lux holding the other side of it, more flashbangs coming over. Lux may activate towards the red fight, which is going to put his back to Muterus, and he still hasn't been found out. Muterus could catch off Nissim. Oh, but Nissim wins a good duel. Unbreakable peek there to the left side. Could have caught Nissim sleeping at the wheel. Not the case. We go 4v2 for Legacy at a CT side that has a real chance to put a gap between them and Saw. Heaven set ablaze. What's the move here? Low health Aragorn working with Story. 20 seconds, and I feel like they're just going to eject out to CT spawn now. Yeah, you'll go for the save at this point. So well done with the positioning inside of Garage.
Yeah.
Doesn't end up getting caught by that Muterus creep out through the smoke, and then very importantly as well, Nissim winning his duel.
They're not filling their trades. They're just at least getting that one kill right before they get away, and that's all that's needed to keep the advantage. Also, it's a story of opening kills. They're always isolated. It's often Agile right now, dying as the squeaky lurk. I think that's sort of ruining the late round chances of Saw when they're trying to be really creative, where they actually thrive. It's the game plan that Legacy wanted. Again, back on Inferno. Lots of ideas on the CT side to get opening kills, but none came to fruition. Things have changed.
Pressure on the main play through Squeaky. Fast moves from Aragorn. Oh, but he gets stuffed by Lux up close. Muterus will be able to cross over towards Secret. And you've got damage on 3 Legacy members, but they stood that aggressive test out of the gate. Still room for Krazy to try to pounce as Dumouse switches between holding Hut and holding off on Squeaky. There's a timing here boiling.
Oh, okay. Dumouse drops his smoke. They're up here listening.
He falls back for the real reposition. Krazy still yet to move. Concerned that he slides onto the door. You can see the angle Krazy's holding, looking upwards.
They still got the Secret sort of split lower.
Honestly, a challenge from the back of A-Site could catch Krazy in Hut unprepared.
Saadzin's got a good fight here, right? Just for one.
Trying to bait out Saadzin's shot.
Oh.
Flash finds its mark. He'll go back to the angle, send one through the box, and depart. He's going to have to forfeit control of the ramp room. At 40 seconds, Dumouse still waits. He does find timing on Krazy. Felt that the squeeze was coming. We go to 30 seconds on this clock. A man advantage established by Legacy, but it's with low health on 2. And Muterus down through Secret.
I think Lux finally forgot about Muterus, but is he going to join up with them?
He'll announce himself.
Yeah.
And then at that same time, Saadzin clips one with that op from the back of B. His counterpart in Story's looking to lock in on it, taking over to the dark spot, dodging the flash. Saadzin holds off, and a missed shot from Story. That is huge here for Legacy. For a moment, 4v4, and yet they hold off with all 4 players still standing. The damage is all moot, and Saw losing what was once a close game.
I don't think Muterus realized that he was unspotted and actually could have walked that path. But yeah, they're just taking too many casualties along the way. They're trying to get lurky, they're trying to spread the map, but as they do so, Legacy are the ones to have the advantage. Wow, that's a great no-scope from Saadzin.
I think there's also an unfortunate one there for backside A in Krazy's case. He'd waited so long for Dumouse to make the mistake, but just gets caught writing off the threat of a backside player. Muterus' Desert Eagle's gonna go down to nothing other than damage again, but damage hasn't been enough for Saw, and once more, they are stringy, falling into these 1v1 duels across the map, and giving Legacy's CT side some real momentum. Chance to build up money, a 4-round gap, and best case, 5 rounds for Saw on the attack. Pistol's gonna try their damnedest. Legacy happy to step up to the fights. Nothing more than that one. 4 players survive here for Legacy as they establish the 7-3 lead.
And it's great to see Legacy not going out flat. Like, you know, we saw from GamerLegion, they've shown high standards in their gameplay. And, you know, last map obviously wasn't a spectacle, but at least they put up some kind of a comeback that showed they were ready to fight. Now they're here to play for sure. Could already call this a success, but gotta be careful. Even though Sav lost 4 times at Bucharest, they still believe in Nuke, and they've just gotten lots of good practice. You know, they're really So I think comfortable with the reasons they lost, and they really believe that they can fix them. Will that Saw gravestone really read just never won Nuke?
It's gotta be daunting. You come into this event thinking you have something stable to work on, a pillar of your success.
Yeah, like you have a free map.
Something that you're actually proud of.
And the craziest part is just winning the series anyway, every single time.
You know, there was pride in their Nuke. They brought it home to show their parents, who then just crumpled it up and threw it in the trash. This Nuke has not put a dent in their opposition, and saadzin is not afraid of what you bring to the table in the 11th. Again, it is guns here for Saw, trying to take a look over towards the ramp at times. This has been where they succeed, and in this round it will be again. Agile catching 2 kills, as they could just take this back downstairs with pace. We get that rotate into the vent for Lotto. No look at the B site just yet. He's concerned about a walk-through secret. But it's not part of this formula.
Every time they pause, Legacies find space. Oh, yeah.
Triple kill for Agile.
Wow, he's not done.
But they're not thinking about
over
this.
Here, though.
Yeah, saadzin's going to get popped by krazy. And finally, one of these slower, kind of murky mid-round moments where Saw actually come out on top.
It kind of shows you, like, Agile's impact, right? Because he started off 3 and 6. He was a lot of the first deaths as he was getting spammed in Squeaky or outside when he was starting. And, well, now, like, triple entry. Who else is doing that? We going for this?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
Tons of money in the back pockets and only 1 round left to play. Lux trying to get krazy peeled off the top of the hut, but yeah, now you've just got to go for the save. With 10 HP versus 3 and a bomb ticking fast, this one's toast. Saw will squeeze a 4th round out of the T side. They didn't do too much too different, but it's always made easier when a guy like Agile posts a quad kill, of course. Just dismantled that ramp room on his own, and even with saadzin finding first blood with that hut push, never would have expected still 2 players inside of hut holding for his squeaky walk-up.
He's brought back a scoreline in a massive way. He's now the only player positive on the scoreboard for Saw.
saadzin again, kind of unleashed, wanting to get back into how he started last round. Muterus, though, he
gets by this.
He could have main. Oh, he could have it, but he's got to be brave. He's got to keep up this tempo, and instead he wants to go secret.
But this is wild, man. There's a guy right behind him. It's so unreal. He doesn't even understand the opportunity.
He just starts stomping, but they still don't know. And with Lux running, Muterus just heard that. With the speed of which he turns around, he knows Lux is in secret, but this is weird.
He just did a fast peek? Was this is this being watched now? No. Nobody can hear anything.
I mean, no, Muterus knows Lux is there. He heard him running. But Muterus, because Muterus also ran, does he think Lux heard him as well?
They're going to break some glass?
Oh, man, this one is... There's all kinds of messy. Who knows what and who knows what the other ones know? Maybe who? Breaks the window, and saadzin doesn't react to that either because they covered it.
Yeah.
Oh, Muterus has gotten away with this, but what more is there to be had?
When will his second kill happen? He's had so many chances.
No!
Oh, my God.
Oh, he gets there thanks to Story, and krazy kills Nissim, who is also here on ramp.
He's a genius.
Could have been way
cleaner. He didn't even get the kill.
He just gets the assist. And they will move back upstairs because Dumao and Lux come sprinting down to control. God, that was messy.
But they game these rotations again. They're upstairs. Could be a key retake. This one's going to be hard.
Yeah, trying to fight the hut player. Almost nades the little that was left of Agile. Lux has actually kind of earned a bit of space to exit. Wow, they let him out, but Muterus there for the cleaner kill of the 2 attempts he's had this round. And good on Saw to keep on fighting this one. Wild route that Muterus ends up taking, considering he got through those red box smokes the way he did. But you've got to go for the retake here, and you've got this kid on Lotto coming in from main a little late. krazy and Agile to close out. It's still 5 rounds on the T side, but the red flag versus Aurora was once they switched over to the defense. So let's see if Saw can improve in that regard.
They were both going at it like heavyweights that half. I feel there was so many good things to say about Legacy. Saw's comeback as well. I think there were a lot of close opportunities, and the fact that, you know, we'll see how many opening kills they ended up giving away to Legacy, but to get 5 rounds despite that, I think is actually pretty impressive. So pressure's back on Legacy. They're a map down, only 2 rounds up in this game. They know now this pistol suddenly becomes important again.
Had a lot of multi-kill potential throughout pistols this series, and with how everybody's been looking to get into that kill feed, you know, there's definitely this call of the void that everybody's had to be the star, destined to be heroes in a semifinal like this, with Aurora waiting in the final match tomorrow. You know, Nissim being able to tap back into the potential he showed at CAC. It was a huge part of the series earlier today. Trying to vie with saadzin for the top spot here on Nuke. So who's got it in them? Saw opt not to get a kit for the pistol round. We'll see if a retake is even needed. That's not what you're hoping to smoke. Surely that's supposed to be the waterfall.
They can't wrap off of that, but they can push in if they want to. Story shuts it down.
2 headshots. Oh my god, this one is as clean as they get. Agile jumping over the last remaining Legacy player, who's being given a chance to duel up towards heaven, but stopped in their tracks. That is the kind of pistol that Saw were hoping for.
Yeah, the lead is about to pull a David Blaine here. Or where has it gone? 1 round game all of a sudden.
Easy to tap out players when they're not looking at you. Story, long-range USPs, 1 shot apiece. Legacy come through with the force buy, not having that bomb plant in the pistol. They go for the triple smokes outside, but there's nobody actually behind it. They're setting themselves up to crank that dial on the hit. Utility all across the map, right out of the gate, immediately thrown by Legacy. They hold on to enough to go for another A exec, right? Double Molotov smoke for main. But that lineup for Aragorn's good to kick it off with an advantage, and Agile's got the cover of the site. Good reposition, left-right silo hold. Nobody coming through with the entry. Legacy kept enough tools for the job, but the most important part are the kills off that util. And no Saw player destined for the body bags. It is 5 strong standing as they convert pistol for 2.
Oh, they're rich now. Rich, and they only had 1 MP9, so not going to upgrade anything. Just replenish that utility. Man. It's not often you get to play 2 matches in the same day. And to be Saw and take down potentially Liquid and Legacy in the same day on LAN. That might be a world's first.
Not to mention the nature of the blowouts across the series.
Yeah.
3 maps of the 4 they've played so far, not even contests. This one's still a nail-biter, but not the round ahead of us. Round 15 should be just a mowdown for the approach of Legacy's players. You know it's desperate when the T's bring a Zeus to the hut hold.
Yeah. That's when you know the other team's confident.
So are going to find a lead early days on the CT side. You know, they may have been struggling to win Nuke despite bringing it to a bunch of the series here in Bucharest, but I do think that right now in a semifinals versus a team like Legacy, who have been one of the hottest prospects of this second half of the year, it'd feel real good to finally just put it over the line to earn yourself a grand finals versus Aurora tomorrow with a map pick that you want to be proud of. Agile's going to make sure that yet again 5 players stand tall. That is tons of money in the coffers for Saw as they establish the lead 8-7.
Can you believe what we're watching right now? And yeah, it is just 2 very successful ecos following that pistol, but like the money is high. Again, haven't had to rebuy or upgrade 2 M4s. They're just going to be on par with Legacy. Story hopping. They're going to need that opening kill magic in the second half. The one thing is, even though they keep losing the nuke, like, just for the fights, they get so much practice and comfort on the angles, you know? Just so many reps. That's what we've seen for Saw in their recent games, these last few months. Nothing but nuke.
Lux Molly to disrupt the setup, but nobody on Hut. Agile waiting out the flashes, but he ultimately turns right into it. A solar flare of a flash. Aragorn and Dumao with kills each. Agile, nicely done. Helped out by Muterus. Lotto made a huge difference there with both of those. And we go to the 1v1. Lux on Story. He knows that Story's up in heaven still. That op well positioned. Bomb will need to be picked up. And Story considering this outer play.
Is Lux going to do something crazy and get downstairs? Now,
grab bombs and leaves.
Because Story's not going to think he would try this. Or he's going to go 2 layers deep and just come back to the A site and plant and assume Story has left heaven. We'll see. That's not the case. Oh, he shot.
Reveals himself, and Story opts to not yet take that angle just in case it was the fake. Out in the open, Lux, whoa, runs it all the way back. Gives him 2 potential shots at that. And as Story moves back towards Hut, he's gonna think he's further. Lux, that is slick.
Wow.
It is so sick. The confidence to jump away and hope that Story misses.
I mean, yeah, he could have just straight up died, but my goodness, coming back into that corner, like he recovered it. That's all that we need to say. And Lux has actually put together a few clutches at this event. He's been very solid in 1v1 situations. I really want to see that spray transfer, though. That was from the floor to heaven, wasn't it?
Yeah, Lotto definitely opening it up when Saw were able to put some kind of a hold together. And shout out Agile, because eating that flashbang, he waited so long to turn away from the ramp, trying to dodge all of the flashes in that upper attack, but he just stares at it in the sequence of flashes that popped. Still able to post a hold. Story cuts through half of that 1 versus 2. But Lux is slippery in the clutch. And this game tied up. So good early answer here for Legacy. But again, we talked about all the money that was being made by Saw, the nature of keeping 5 players alive back-to-back, to not have SMGs, these M4s from the get-go. That'll be put to the test here in round 17. Muterus seeing all this utility outside, knows there's pressure on him. Oh, nice adjustment from saadzin, and not to mention Unbreakable's occupied by Lux. Utility's gonna tell Muterus exactly what he needs to know. Story comes out to clipped wings. And Aragorn and Story.
Oh, they're trying to wrap in front of Mini, but it's not smoked.
Perfect time to bail their Muterus out of that tough spot. Hiding over towards the garage, gets away with it.
2 walking on the floor. Agile. He takes this one out. Dumao breaks this glass, but does it matter anymore?
Yes, it will, because Lotto's got the Hut hold. At least for the 1. Story ends up clipping Dumao downstairs, and we've got Legacy in a tough spot now. A one-off round win.
Yeah, a one-off round win. A full rifle where there's so many saved. The first kill, saadzin got it. He's got a pretty handsome scoreline right now, but answered back by 2. And then this play. And they just keep moving.
Keep moving, keep shooting, and don't miss. Blindsiding a lot of the Legacy players there that were trying to play it fast. It's going to be a ramp hit. Straight up challenge out of the gate. Here's Krazy's chance to hold him back. Oh, he's missing shots already. Nothing for the ramp hold. Molotov in front of Story as well. This is going to be a flood downstairs, and a second weapon. Nissam's got the bomb. He waited.
Yeah.
Nisam sat on top of the gun with the bomb.
Yeah.
And so Legacy's footing downstairs is all for nothing.
He went to go get it because, oh my gosh.
But, I mean, have they
He has
noticed?
the bomb.
They've got the bomb over inside of the ramp room, and still these CTs are signing up for fights down on B. Uterus is walking by players.
They have no idea. They can't see it because it's behind the box.
But I mean, you killed him. In order to shoot him, you would have seen the bomb.
No. Did they nade him?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Yeah, or was it the op? Well, it looks like they found it now. They still don't know where the T's have got off to.
Dude, this round is still alive. This is awkwardly weird.
Why did Story fight that?
Trying to come back at it, looking to keep them in on B. I'm not sure, but...
Oh, it's right there. I thought it was behind the box. Or did they just pick it up and lose it again? Whatever the hell is happening.
It's inside of that smoke.
Legacy find a way to win this.
Which I'm not mistaken is also a CT smoke. Now they're going to throw one down deeper to try to get this bomb back. This round is huge. Huge implications in one of the messiest rounds of this half so far.
They're not going to get it just yet.
Dude, down to 15 seconds. They've got to make a move. CT's go over top. Lux is going through.
They can't find him.
Dude,
they switch places
now. Lux still doesn't have the bomb, but he could still get both kills. Muterus is low.
Why
Lux
is he
gets
here?
them both. Pressure's on. Mistakes being made.
Why?
Sloppiest rounds of this series.
Why would you stay there and fight when he just shot your teammate and there's no time left?
That's nonsense for 40 seconds. We're going to need access to both team speaks and translators. What did they not and what did they know?
They switch places, look behind them, and then don't leave.
Yikes. And the game goes on. No pause off of that. No, nobody wants to collect themselves. Don't need a chance to think things through. We just go right back to the action with Ops scouring the outer field through the smokes, looking for one another. Saadzin versus Story queued up.
It's such a big chance for Legacy. Look at the money for Saw.
Missed shot.
He shot just too fast.
Story is locked into Garage. Hit by the flashbangs. Going to call assists out from Aragorn and that Hell player. Muterus peels back from ramp to also try to hold anything at bay. Deep smoke grenades are going to deny those assists. And so you know Story's locked in Garage. You know any potential support can't help out. This is a golden ticket for secret control out of Legacy.
Yeah, there's no ramp push. They don't have info there. They see the lurker here, and Nissim gets taken out.
They could dive the vent, but
there's
Dumau's
two
already
downstairs.
so deep. And he's not hiding the fact that he's this close. Bomb is cleared off of the floor, and Krazy, with an MP9 at this range, dives into the cover. Saadzin and Story, the fight from the start of this round, but these are costly errors. A second op shot missed. Here comes Dumau back to the kill feed. He's going to try to get down towards control. They're going to need him on the bomb site soon, and they're still holding off on this ladder. Agile versus Lux goes the way of Legacy. It's a man advantage secured with a deep nade out from Secret, and all the while, Krazy turned away. Legacy find a way to convert that last insane round for a 2-round streak and a lead.
I need more processing speed right now. What a situation Legacy found for themselves. Outside into secret control, kept the op out of play in big garage, took it downstairs slowly. Yeah, that's what we just saw right there. They were splitting atoms to make this round happen, to follow up the masterclass on ramp. Somehow Legacy have taken a lead back in this game through tens of thousands of dollars on a stack CT side with momentum.
Man, Desk is going to be having a field day with round 18. Best of luck unpacking that one. And the economy that Saw had worked so hard to build out of the gate is all on the line here in this one. Triple MP9.
Oh, and they're going upper.
Try the upper hit. Gonna storm through HUD to their demise. Aragorn and Agile make it look easy. All that hard work for Legacy goes up in smoke.
No, that's the worst idea they could have had. 3 MP9s. That could have been an upper stack. They were having so much success outside. They were probably meant to treat this like an anti-force of some sort. This is what Saw were dreaming of when they bought these 3 MP9s.
It's the exact kind of round they needed to get us all tied up. And if you're Legacy, you throw that one against the wall, and when it doesn't stick, how do you pull yourself out of the depths of the gut-wrenching feeling that is smashing into MP9s and coming up with nothing? Back to the outer cross. We've got Lux down to the stairs, but there's already somebody down here. Muter is going to smoke off the approach. A second player from Legacy has been tagged up, and so they'll be fighting against damage this entire time. Story down towards B, looking to get into control, but we've already got ramp under wraps for Legacy. 3 players here with their AKs. How do they break into this round?
They're looking for anything that they can find. Lado got tagged down earlier. Now the kills are coming. They are getting picked off just like Legacy did to them on their CT side. 3 players, nuts to butts, walking back to upper for a late round hit. No lurks. And they realize this is going to be too obvious. But how are they going to make something interesting happen? They have no flashes. This kill hops into the lap of Nissim.
Tension off of that last frag. A slight bit of belief creeps into the heads of Legacy. This bomb so susceptible to getting stopped, but the player towards spawn won't find it. Tech9 to come through main in a moment. Nissim is carving a path out from Hut, but down goes bomb. How do you recover that if you're Legacy? By killing the A player that quickly, but you're gonna have to run over, and stomping it gives Muterus the information. Luckily still doesn't have the vision for now. Nissim gonna hope that he can get away with the plant. The pressure comes out from heaven, and the MP9 gets him done. There's the retake very swiftly. Don't even give him a chance to breathe. Saw back to the lead.
When one guy's hands are busy, that's the only way they have that material advantage in play. It's a nice round out of Saw. It gets scary towards the end, but it's so critical that Legacy found a way to put that together, because look at the money. It's series point coming up, and they have to decide if they're going to go for broke. Surely this is a play for overtime.
$3,500 on Nissim's the best case.
You can tell they don't want to do it, but there's just no other right option. They're going to have a goodbye next round. They've got to take it on the chin.
Heart starting to pound if you're Saw, because you are actually doing this. So many individual duels as the replay shows. Legacy had a chance to fight back into that one, but not getting off of that bomb site. They'll tiptoe their way through this one, give themselves a smoke and a couple flashes to try to challenge a Saw that should never lose this round. Never. Not to let Legacy tie up again at 11. Let the CTs get through that initial volley of utility, but Dumao has managed to get downstairs, and we're talking about a Saw that still has 0 rotation in place. Instead, they've got 2 bodies here on ramp.
Yeah. Op downstairs, but how comfortable does it want to get? They know that they've left this open slightly.
And the flashes have already been thrown. krazy starts to leave. Now there is no ramp control at all.
Wait, that door got open, but I don't think they didn't do that with Squeaky. I don't know if this is...
in my life would I expect Legacy to win this round, but you have somehow gotten Dumao all the way through B, somehow opening the door,
doesn't see.
Not covering his audio at all.
He didn't see the scope.
They don't understand why ramp would be open. Story's sniper has not been spotted, a matter of millimeters, and now Legacy are going to get drawn over into this position. Sure enough, Story reveals himself. Jump scare moment as Dumao gets a chance to grab that off. krazy doubles back, and at least they're able to control the gun as we get this fast vent move by Saw, throwing themselves downstairs. Again, never had the tools to work with. The only thing that bodes well for Legacy is Dumao's P250 and the positioning he was afforded. He'll put his hands onto the M4. krazy's going to keep him corralled in the back of the site, and they will still finish this one off. Never should have even been this close. 2 kills and a frazzled Saw, but that is a 12th round secured.
Oh my gosh. I think he got 4-3 looking at that box. It could have been a lot worse. Juma at least going 1-for-1 on the trade there. Made things interesting. Maybe at that moment, with that much space, they wish they had just invested, but this is what they were waiting for. 3 AKs, 2 Galils, full grenades.
He opened single door, and nobody reacted.
I don't know. They didn't time that with Squeaky, so I'm not sure.
Either way, it leads Legacy to this. A gun round in the 23rd, and a desperate act in 24 if they can pull this one off. But it's already Story with an opening kill. The op dominance coming forward on the CT side as he continues to piece kills together. A Saw that we thought had been gutted with the departure of Aristos and Ujurks. Reformed coming into Bucharest Masters. And yet they sat in the shadows as our expectations fell on so many other teams. Story connects a second frag in what could be the end of Legacy. But Lux has this positioning up towards heaven. If there's anything to bank on, it could have been his timing. Although Muterus gets up into position just in time. Only 7 kills to his name. Individual level lets him down. We get the push out forward into the lobby. Lotto blindsided. Story is doing all of this on his own. It's a triple kill already as his teammates fall around him. 5-7 forward. Quad kill connects. And as Lux jumps down from the heavens, he will deny himself that ace. We get this clutch back from krazy, but bomb scooped up goes B.
Do you hear him on the floor? krazy, he's got to come in. The guy we have not heard about on this roster, coming in, matching up to Legacy's playstyle and speed.
And flying down towards this bomb site, swings that door open, a clutch at hand, a kill he needs denied. Lux makes the difference in the face of stars from Story. It is round 24 out of Legacy.
We have to talk about Lux's clutches at this event. It has been an outstanding stat line for him, 1v2s and 1v1s alike. 3v4 situation, and he pulls this out. What a leader. Saw go to the timeout. That's a round 1 for Legacy where they were broke just a minute ago. Lose 4 players and have to buy again. It's still not going to be incredibly comfortable. But there's going to be concessions on the other side, too. Aragorn on an MP9. Just don't rush upper.
That's the flattest round that Legacy have given us on the T side. When you thought you could skip protocols and slam Saw. Left in shambles the last time they tried it. Util dropped out of the gate. Can you replicate that round, Story? What is left to piece together? Because we've seen him completely neglected, left inside of Garage,
oh, spotted.
Smoked off at times with no chance to get into a round. And it's small, but he missed that timing top main. 4 players on the red cross. Saadzin's getting tagged down to 30 health.
They're getting hit, but still getting across relatively quietly.
No rotate.
No one's moved yet.
Still no rotate. Nothing.
They're tucked into the corner on ramp. Legacy, are they going to overthink this, or are they just going to go for it?
Start to use that utility. You're going to announce your intentions.
They're stopping the vent rotation. They're worried about a ramp take. It's got to be Muterus to make it downstairs. No one's here.
Dude, you are making this as hard as possible for yourselves if you are Saw. It is a completely vacant B site. The Legacy have just tiptoed their way into.
And they don't put themselves in the situations to have to go for 5v5 retakes.
This is how it ends, huh? This is how it goes. A single kit in play on Muterus as well. We're going to have to keep a close eye on that because it's going to take time to chew through all of the members of Legacy. And a good first headshot, but Muterus doesn't seem to give a damn. Oh, and he gets himself a second from the bottom of the scoreboard of Saw. Muterus sees this as a golden opportunity. Nissim activates out into the lobby flank, and he's got himself a second.
That's 2 spotted.
Now they're going to have to play. Split between the doorways. Muterus onto the bomb is the only kit in this position, and he gets cleared from the double double doors. krazy can pick it back up. Nissim, he's got that chance as the low health pops. We go overtime map 2.
Oh, it had to be this way. A series of absolutely tumultuous rounds back to back, and it ends in Legacy's favor.
Nissim getting into that last round. We're not wasting a moment from the lobby play. He helped out with that Molotov that dropped into the vent that really delayed any kind of a rotate from the A floor too.
No guaranteed information on the cross. They had a big garage player. They were shooting through the smoke. They didn't break them open, and they didn't move. And Muterus makes it a 5v3 for his second, somehow. His 8th and 9th kill. You couldn't script a game more insane than this. How much more stamina do you have? It has been so many overtimes for Saw in this event. They got comfortable doing it the hard way. Now there's only one looking at the cross, but only one on ramp. A lot of attention outside. They're trying to pay attention here. This flash is going to go down. You've kind of just got to drop, to be honest.
Tries to fight it and goes down with nothing instead. Story eating a sea of flashbangs.
Oh, how are you going to make up for the rotations?
Aragorn on single door. Oh, man, ambitious. Come on.
What?
Goes back to shut it. And just gets caught along the wall. He will be beating himself up for that.
The bomb.
Flat on the attempt. Bomb gets slowed down, but will surely be picked up in a moment. Main player gets found out as Muterus is actually taking a challenge back towards site. Bomb is on Lux, over towards control doors.
Wait,
Story kills Dumau outer, and now Lux is playing with the doors as he tries to get into this site. It's going to be a plant in the back of it. Muterus just showed us what he was made of. Story's USP betrays him, and now caught out here on a silver platter, stuck between the two last players. It is Legacy to strike first in overtime.
I don't know what's happening, bro. This is so ridiculous. But what's definitely true is the more crazy the round, the more likely Legacy are to win it, no matter what. The advantage is all these lurks happening, some of them getting caught off guard. krazy playing top of the ramp right here. This is a massive sore spot in the CT defense, is the fact that they've got one player ramp, and when they lose outside and they aren't getting damage on the cross, they don't know how to get downstairs. And credit to Legacy, they're finding new ways to get downstairs that are tricking them.
Man, with the way that ramp was taken so quickly, when krazy doesn't get anything, when the Opera on the rotate smoked off like that, I mean, Aragorn's got to know you don't have time to go back for that door.
That was unbelievable. Yeah.
You do not have time for that.
No.
He almost didn't have time to even get to the Astralis corner if that was the plan, let alone double back for 3 seconds. And it'd be different if you get caught off by timing because they took ramp quietly. But dude, your two teammates know they can't fight 10 seconds ago.
Yep. No, this game doesn't happen when you're doing all the right things.
Okay, sure. yeah. Round 18, all you need to know. Scroll back and watch it if you're just joining us for these overtime rounds. Saw still trying to fight for the dream of the 2-0 over Legacy into Grand Finals. Aragorn spraying through, catches Nissim with the headshot, down to a quarter health himself. Oh, huge damage found here by Aragorn.
But as long as Lux is alive, he's going to have impact. Oh, and this has just been such a problem for the CTs. Again, they've let this go and haven't moved. How can that be? I mean, how can you have a nuke streak and allow this to happen in general?
Muterus is in main. You hear the door open.
Yeah.
you hear the door open standing in main, and they haven't reacted to it again. Gonna have to check the audio settings after this because
now
look what
he's
it's
got to get
allowed.
his teammates to come ramp.
They're not going to believe their luck that this has happened again. krazy gets tapped out of the round. They're going to try to scramble down the vent, and they at least do find that because Lux is only flooding through towards double doors now. Muterus has got to clear everything, but he doesn't in that deep corner, and they have just been lost in the sauce when it comes to that vent dive. And that's with Aragorn tagging Lux down to 10 HP. Nobody beyond that fact is able to come out with anything here for Saw.
Oh,
they are losing their grip on this game piece by piece. Legacy walk away with still 4 players alive.
Yeah, look at the smiles on their faces, man.
They got to be covering that audio with something.
Yeah, I don't know. But even the fact that he dropped vent, like they didn't rotate when he dropped vent. They tagged him getting into the vent. The players have crossed outside on their dime as they're getting tagged on the cross. It is very clear that Legacy are going lower, and nobody's doing anything about it. And to be honest, when you know, this is why you pick Nuke, when teams don't know how to adjust to that and you can fool them. Saw had a 9 Nuke streak. They're just choking.
Still failing to win this map at Bucharest Masters specifically. They've tried it plenty of times, and today felt like it was going to be the solution to springboard them into grand finals.
And Legacy can taste it, man. They see that. You know, it's got to be one of the comms last round. They're falling apart. This is our chance.
Got 2 MP9s to deal with.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh. Smoke just bounced backwards from Dumao's hands. At least you still have the 2 on the diagonal cross, but
they gotta try something different too. All they're doing is playing on the inside of those smokes, spamming across them instead of trying to play secret. They played big garage. That hasn't mattered because no one's wrapping into hell. And then there ends up always being this pressure on ramp. Now here, they're gonna overstaff it. And to be fair, no one from Legacy's even outside.
krazy trying to find the right time to swing into it. Lotto happy for the duel. Now it's Story along the wall with no util. Aragorn down elsewhere. Muterus, oh man, another double kill. And he's been having such a tough map, but saadzin up close, able to deal with that pressure on the swing. It's gonna fall on Agile. Squeaky players going wide. Insta headshot out of Nissim. And Muterus, who's gotten the 2 kills from ramp, is well known to Legacy. They are looking at a sweep of T-side here in overtime. You left that door open, Saw, and Legacy have just taken it away from you. The hopes of the 2-0 are gone.
I am very worried for Saw suddenly, even if it goes to this next map. I mean, making this comeback would already be ridiculous, but the amount of tragedies that they have had to suffer in these last 15 minutes, they are going to be fully embittered. I don't understand when there's like a ramp stack like that. You're trying to invite players in, and you're constantly trying to stuff your face into their choke point instead of letting them go wide and having them commit harder. Luckily for saadzin, he doesn't fall back when he has the bomb and that op. Just make sure to chill because he realizes they're going to be a little desperate. But there are frags happening on multiple parts of the map in a lot of these rounds.
Lux repositions here as Saw are gunning for a flawless T-side of their own. Great utility damage onto Lux. Outside clearly belongs to Saw at the moment, barring Dumao inside the garage. But that op is now on the hunt. saadzin with the perfect gap, clipping Story. Back's turn to Dumao. He won't waste this chance. 2 kills made all too easy. And it is a gut-wrenching feeling if you are Saw. This chance at winning out on a map that you thought you could be proud of coming to Bucharest has eluded you. 2 chances to close out in regulation. And that's before we talk about the rounds they had previously with advantages that surely should have been theirs. But if you let Legacy have a sliver of a hope, we know what they can do and that they will run with this. All pressure on Saw as we go to map 3.
I've got a horror movie pitch for you guys, right? Choking in a world where they haven't invented the Heimlich maneuver. Right? That's a bad one. Honestly, this is one of those things where I think
they're tapping into the newfound experience they have of winning and being able to grind out victories on top of that, right? That's that just natural evolution that we talk about when a team who bursts onto the scene shows us promise, like SAW are doing right now this week, and then the ability to make sure that you don't falter in the high-pressure moments. That is what Legacy just brought to the table. That is what a guy like Lux has been bringing to the table all week long. He is the clutch factor for this Legacy roster. And so we go map 3, a map that SAW never wanted to see, and we're so close to avoiding. But this is where this one ends. Aurora sitting in the grand finals, awaiting their challengers.
And both these teams, they feel that they can win that match if they have to. SAW have already shown us their skills versus Aurora. But it was never going to be handed to them.
Double smoke into the B hit, and nobody for Legacy able to disrupt this. This is a Legacy with no kit in the pistol round. 5v5 retake needed. May not have a kit, but they do have a smoke to land on Cave, and that is going to block off the majority of SAW's post plan. And then saadzin executes Agile as he just flies up through the retake. It's going to be a scramble out of SAW from the Cave. Talk about desperate, and there is perfect cover. The fact that all 5 players survived there for Legacy bodes well for the CT half.
Thing is, man, Ancient is a retake map. You can plant the bomb on B, but you need kills and then map control to win the rounds. Legacy are extremely comfortable in retake situations. We saw some of that strength back on Inferno. It's going to be the same case here on Ancient. And I think when you're nervous, that's when you give up retakes, right? You have an advantage when the bomb's down 5v5 for a second, but then you start doing this because you thought the round is over. You just want to just be comfortable for a second and let it go to time, but that's not going to happen if the other team has a plan and they know how to follow through and they've seen themselves win in these spots. saadzin was the king of getting opening kills back on Nuke. He starts off with a 4K. It's another 4K on a pistol.
So many today. Feels like 5th or 6th pistol round with a 4K in them.
That's different about this one. Is totally unnecessary. He had 5 players alive as they ran into that site. It was just because Cave got smoked.
Yeah.
And that's the important thing to remember about Ancient. And the important thing to remember fundamentally about CS, if a site is easy to take, it's easy to retake. And if you don't control the good retake positions, then that's what's going to happen. And even though you might mentally think, oh, we're 55-45 in this spot with the bomb down, the time ticking on our side, that's just a farce, really. If the CTs have the utility.
Playing within that false sense of confidence could be a way where Legacy end up robbing rounds away. We'll see.
Don't forget the bomb.
We'll see if we have it in them. Yeah, doubling back is Aragorn here. They take a pause off of the pistol, lost SAW. Making sure that they put the plan in place, fine-tuned. But it's a lot of pressure out of Legacy, down from the B-bomb site, smoked off doors on the approach, so even though SAW kind of have to take their time with it, look at this move from Agile. Gets out into the open A site, just kind of flusters Legacy ever so slightly, but we also have this bottom mid push out of Lux at the moment with a smoke in front of him, so they're going to have to do all of this silently. And I, leave it to Legacy to just re-smoke outside B, happy to take that lane control. So forward-facing are the CTs right now.
Yeah, total map control, and with elbow, you can't trick them anymore. I mean, this is almost silly from Bucharest if they're not going to also pressure mid.
He does try to challenge it, and Lux being this close. They exchange the fire. An A-main hit about to come through, smoke over top. A test for saadzin with bodies, but he dodges the first 2, and that just cues him up wonderfully.
Oh, he's farming.
Glock is out, doesn't need to die, knows it, but as his teammates try to push beyond him, saadzin on for the ace, lets Lux finish it off. It's like 450 damage out of saadzin in the face of that full-blown hit. He does a great job of letting the first 2 players move through. The fact they're sprinting gives him all the audio he needs to just wrap that round up quick.
Yeah, he's been a monster.
8-0 start.
8-0. It's going to be a lot of tension that SAW will only be able to release when they win a rounds at this point. So, not starting off fast mentally here. After that last map,
think that's why the desk just had so little confidence in Saw. It feels like Legacy have taken the game away from them.
Yeah, I mean, Counter-Strike is about the tactics and the aim, the positioning, all these things, but in the end, at this level, it's about can you win?
Saw obviously just still don't know how to win yet. Not that they can't win, not that they don't have all of the tools that you just alluded. Whoa! To the moon goes Story. Sorry, I had to.
That's just cartoons.
Boing.
Yeah. And you hear it referenced, you know, teams want to win tournaments for the confidence to win bigger tournaments. And we'll go over stories where it's like, you know, Donk at Kato or something like that, but they're special because they rarely happen that quickly, you know. Most of the time you build up for years to win a massive, prestigious event. And again, a lot of teams looking at the field here. They see this as a big opportunity. Yeah, it is quick. And they're actually not Donut to listen to this. This will be a full-on retake. Another test here for Legacy.
Fast move from middle back in.
Whoa.
Missed off shot out of saadzin. Now a FAMAS challenge. I mean, certainly not ideal. But Nissim trying to fight for it tooth and nail with flashbangs. If they serve up a distraction, Dumao can attack from spawn. Damage goes both ways, but that's a bomb plant in a 5v4 advantage out of Saw. So Legacy maybe just not thinking that Saw would have the confidence to run such a fast strat.
So that's why you just want to have one Donut to listen for that, even if you're not going to play on A. But also, like Saw, it looks kind of crazy how they're fighting Donut, but if they don't get that extra kill, there's a really good chance the retake could take place. So like that little extra bit of effort, even though that bomb could have been dropped. Might even collect a couple of exit punishment kills. There only remains Lux. Aragorn, are you really going to chase this down on this HP? Oh, he's just worried about the bomb.
Good sign for Saw to come out swinging like that.
Yeah.
It's going to keep Legacy on their toes, knowing that it's not just going to be a total field day on the CT side. And also, it feels like a nice chance for Saw to kind of tap back into that belief, that self-belief, that we can do this, we can win rounds. You just had a perfect call that cost you very little.
I see the strat book. You know, we see the depth of Saw, we see the quality rounds, we see the mid rounds, even in pressure, but only pressure within maps, but just that one close.
It'd be way too easy to kick Saw right now while they're down after not closing Nuke, but there's a reason that they were even that close. And if they can tap back into it, this game is still anybody's to take. They will fight out middle. They will find an early frag. They'll lose Aragorn in the process, but they currently have Legacy split 2 players per site. And Saw content to slow it down. Nissim peels back from A, goes over towards the red room. Could wind up being an important part of the map for wherever Saw decide to end this. Bomb just stuck in the cutout of middle right now as that donut smoke fades, hoping that maybe Legacy will overstep, but clearly it's a B stack with a solo move in saadzin on A.
And if you do sit in middle, like there is a little bit of insecurity that will brew on the CT side that we need to get some information back, because look at the map at the moment. If this became a full A hit, they'd be in no position to win. Especially if saadzin, you know, went down with this op in this spot. So usually you see like a late mid retake, but instead they're just relying on this lean. The bomb hasn't shown its intentions yet.
Cave push could really keep Legacy stuck on this.
Wow, that's a real big commitment, but just to draw more attention to the belief it's going to be a B-side hit when it's not.
saadzin doubles back, finds Story,
and he gets away.
No swing. Even the A main player trying to catch him on the climb up. saadzin's lucky to have gotten away as unscathed as he did. Not able to punish his fallback. It felt like he was going to get pinched. Now Dumao out through mid into Donut. Gets cleared quick, and that timing out of Lotto from the retake already is going to catch Mutaris off guard. They'll try to fight for it. They'll put the bomb down, and they'll whittle away at the Legacy players, but 2 survivors and a 4-1 lead. Not half bad considering how far Legacy were from actually holding this A site with numbers.
Yeah, that was a good 3 kills from Mutaris, and you know, as an IGL, we're giving him his credit, but he definitely was not really there on Nuke. You know, had a couple of kills that didn't really have impact, to be honest. And that's always also something that Legacy, as like a new generation lineup, Richard was talking about this. You know, they've got an IGL that can frag. They've got everybody being able to shoot. They're kind of a threat at all points in the round. I mean, it's their IGL who's literally putting up clutches nonstop.
What did he say? Said that the new wave of IGLs are the meteor coming for the 0.7 rating dinosaurs.
Yeah, such a great
imagery. Valiant effort here for Saw. They actually have a lot to work with this round, and it gets shredded at the top of ramp. A lot of tools to try to play out there, but Saw try to weaponize aggression first and foremost and meet their maker inside B.
Yeah, that's they're zipping up the body bag right now, keeping the ideas flowing too. And I don't mind Saw trying some fast stuff, like throwing it in there. I think we've seen the best stuff in their slower defaults, but as long as they keep the variety up, that'll be okay. Problem is, it's just such a quick lead here for Legacy.
Tech9 charge into the cave gets denied. Same for the player outside of doors, and the signpost of Nissim. It's going to get him one frag. They fight tooth and nail to get through it. Had one AK coming into the round. Lux, though, element of surprise, is going to catch the bomb plant with hands busy, and the coverage here from saadzin just if Muterus wants to peek. Missed shot, and a chance for Muterus despite being low health. Only has 4 bullets, though, in that AK right now, so how the hell is he going to get them? Oh, boy.
Man, who does
Crossing
even
paths
favor
in smoke.
if the op isn't going to come forward slowly? Maybe
down.
Lux goes down, but Lux pushes through.
Saadzin's coverage as well, right there on the edge of it. So Muterus kind of misses his chance, doesn't wait for the smoke to fully fade out, didn't have the bomb, couldn't have crawled out through Temple. Legacy established a very early 5-round lead. And it feels like what the picture the desk painted of Legacy now taking control of this game and not letting Saw in whatsoever is starting to materialize before us.
I mean, they're themselves 24 hours a day, and like they didn't slow down when they were losing on Nuke. They kept to their same personality and playstyle even on Inferno. You got to give them credit. It's kind of impressive that they can do that.
I'm glad you bring that up. Even in the face of like the 12-3, you still had Doomau fighting down Banana. You still had them going for that mid-charge. Legacy have never let off the pedal. 4 spot every single round in that first half of Inferno.
They shoot so hard. It's a pleasure to have all these new sort of Brazilian names come up together.
You know, piecing it together behind Furia at the same time as we're watching the Stars of Brazil, inspired by Maladoy. You took an international injection, but at the same time, you also get an all-Brazilian roster hitting their groove. On the brink of back-to-back grand finals, running to Budapest, where they'll be looking to leave an impact on yet another major. Think of the confidence that they will be wielding if they pull off this save of a semifinal. saadzin trying to fall all the way back, but Story's got the double, and Aragorn right there with him. So it's Lux to the clutch, which has been such a beautiful tool of Legacy, banking on him to win these sorts of rounds, and he cuts down Aragorn without taking any damage in return.
Might be hard to read this push. Doesn't seem like it's on his mind whatsoever. Story, he just has to play it calm.
He's got the kit and he's got the smoke. He could smoke off this angle, or does he save the smoke for the bomb itself? Yeah, he's going to drop it out there. Lux loves to go for a jump.
Oh my goodness.
And as he tries to get into the cover of sight, predictable. Story able to find him. He gives it a twist in the air, but sent spinning. It is a second round to Saw.
Good frags. Good fight here for Saw, keeping this alive. And also committing to their style of playing pretty quick. A lot of raw duels won here to put this together, but it's all about Story's 4K.
Just shot out middle.
Oh, he missed.
Goes both ways, huh?
Big chance, though.
Yep. That slack you gave over to Story, he gives you right back.
Yeah, this player blind.
Expensive guns shooting blanks. Whoa. He crosses.
And it is a huge gap. I mean, there is no one guarding this.
Nissam's considering it. Moving around from CT spawn now just in case.
So weird of a position with the bomb still back on elbow.
That's going to unravel it for sure. Somebody takes damage, no? Whoa, through the fire.
He got by.
And now they're going to challenge out from Donut as well.
What?
Lux and Dumau is in it together, and Nissam's pressure, it's starting to unravel. All of this aggression, all of this forward-facing Saw setup gets denied.
Oh, man, and that's where those kills earlier on, the missed opportunities, that's when it really costs you. It looks like nothing at first, but you need to get those shots in while you can.
4 players survive for Legacy on that one. Saadzin off to the races, 14 kills, 2 deaths.
Oh, man, that's a frustrating moment. Like, inside of Red, you got 2 players who are, you know, seemingly ready to catch a push. Nissam walking right behind his own Molotov, and they can't put that op shot together again.
So 1 off again. No consecutive round wins out of Saw so far.
Do they believe, you know?
Money's going to be in a weird spot. Second timeout justifiably taken. But the one thing that they really haven't had to do throughout this run that they've pieced together in Bucharest is kind of play catch up to this degree. It's a lot of, you know, 6-0 starts versus Aurora, 5-0 start versus Aurora. The one game that got competitive in that series, they at least kept it competitive earlier on, more competitive than this. And all the series they've won have taken 3 maps, but this is a 3rd map and a huge disadvantage out of the gate. Is it all too much to ask for a team that was on nobody's radars just 7 days ago?
Is he getting away with playing a relatively light? Saw won it.
And shot.
Free frag. Saadzin's molly will be pretty effective, actually. Oh my gosh, they walked by it. 2's fine.
Frag sends him to the stars. Krazy trying to charge into Nissam, who doesn't waste a bullet between the frags. Clean rifle work to make quick work of everything Saw had hoped to move through Donut into the site. Now you're banking on a Desert Eagle, and that's going to bring Lux into the action. He is happy to close out with a pistol of his own. A very swift CT side being pieced together by the Brazilians. 8-2 the lead.
Now they're running through this like a bull in the China shop right now, and it's kind of wild because they're on CT side. It's Saw who are asking for high pace, fast tempo rounds, lots of quick trades, but they actually can't keep up with Legacy at the moment.
Is going to try to follow through with tempo. Waits a second and emerges to a smoked off mid setup, but that'll be challenged by Lux. Feels like Saw shown their hand in wanting to get close to the red room. Wild fight for Muterus to actually end up winning with the Tech 9. Lux, well, he really let that left click go.
He let that thing fly.
Saadzin's going to find Aragorn on the approach. Missed no scope, supported though here by Lotto. Draws them into the M4 instead. Opera still takes the stray pistol shot to the face. Dumau's going to soften up the plant here of Story. And it is done.
Man.
Blown up like it's nothing. Legacy 9-2.
Yeah, just Hail Marys over and over again. Coming up short every time. They're going to lose sleep over this loss. And a lot of money in VRS points as well.
There's no denying it's still been a successful week for Saw, but when you were this close to a grand finals over a team that you have already won against, then you get that extra layer of confidence going into the grand finals. Instead, going to be tossing and turning on Halloween Nightmare Fuel. Lotto's going to just lean back here, allow for them to get ever closer to the B site. No challenge actually inside of the cave because things have gone so well on site. And maybe Saw's affinity for middle is what's got Legacy so concerned about it with that red room smoke again.
So crazy though. I just had 4 players in mid. Now they come back to B and everyone from Saw is readying up their attack.
Met by another smoke though at a minute.
They've got all of cave. This will be another spot where, you know, they could get a plant, but if they just smoke everything out, get a bomb down, that won't be quite enough.
Smoke in front of Lotto. 30 seconds on the clock. 5 versus 5 post plant perhaps. We'll see what actually makes it through. Oh, Muterus sends one through the smoke to clip out Doom out. And that could bode well for Saw. Man advantage on the hold. We tried to hype up the retake capabilities of Legacy, and it's eventually going to be Nissim in the mix, but look at the health here that they have to work with, and that flank getting caught out by Agile. Looks like late in this half, Saw are going to find themselves something to work with unless they throw this 5v3 with a pretty massive health advantage. krazy's allowed saadzin to cross over. Aragorn didn't stop it. Lotto finds one, the ramp player dies, and the pressure's on now. Aragorn's done for. Agile's already gotten the kill to the flank. But luckily, he's able to just lock this in. He calls the bluff of no defuse, and this will indeed be Saw's third. But down to the wire yet again.
Had to call out that fake defuse. I'm not even sure if there's a kit in play right there, but man, that was a close call.
There was 5 kits in play.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I guess that makes sense considering their money. 9-3 at the end of the first half.
Thoughts?
I just get this sort of like secondhand sort of like, I'd feel so bad, you know, after what they've gone through. But that's the game.
Think about it. If you can't shake it off, imagine how they feel.
Yeah. Yeah, under the gun, under the pressure.
You know, not to kind of write off Saw's resilience, but it is just such a story that we've always seen. You know, when a team comes that close only to ultimately lose it. I think there's a reason that the desk is so capable of calling that their confidence will be smashed. They squeeze out that third round, finally piecing something together. They had chances throughout that T side as well, but Legacy just kept the pressure on. And when you've got saadzin playing like an absolute rock star at the moment, 21 frags, 5 deaths, there's nobody in the Saw squad that have stepped up to that task. And krazy trying to challenge now goes down 1 frag, 12 deaths. We talked about him maybe being one of those fragile players. In the fast, electric pace of Inferno, he thrived.
There's still this elbow flank as well.
Story gonna try to hold it back. Nice second kill for him to get there, and it's man advantage Saw. A pistol here would be a sigh of relief, but there's no guarantee of the pistol when Lux is alive to try to clutch. Him and Nissim, 2 versus 2 off of that first one.
Oh, he knows how to lock him off.
He's trying to keep them tied up over towards B.
Oh, he's trying to fake to actually get them to come here.
And it's working. Muterus tries to give chase. Aragorn's going to fall for the same trick, and that bomb is going to just tiptoe its way into a free plant on B.
Wow,
Lux is disgusting.
I know, he's so good in these moments when he's working alone, man. He's just perfect for the job. Oh, but he actually does get caught. He's trying to walk the flank. The bomb goes down. Now it's on Nissim or Aragorn if he wants a chance for Saw to come back into this game.
Nissim thinking about timing this deep peek. Aragorn tiptoeing up through short. Has to figure out where the hell he's got off to. Bomb is planted for ramp, so it would have been crazy for him to be inside of the cave.
Oh, it's the wrong gamble. Who's going to make no... Oh, no,
now
he's
Aragorn,
going all the way around. Oh, my gosh.
With no kit in this moment, I mean, he doesn't have this. It's 15 seconds on the bomb already. He misses his timing. It had to have been in cave. He cannot win this round. And he just has to walk away with his dual Berettas. That's your prize for the attempt. Legacy, double digits, a 10-3 lead, and economic advantage because of a Lux and Nissim 2v3.
Wow, he could have absolutely got flanked there too. Didn't check behind him for any of that time. My goodness, 10-3. Sun's coming down on Saw right now. And the force buys in.
Lux in anticipation that Saw are going to make some kind of opening move.
They're getting really tied up in middle, but like, you know, retake on A is fine. It's just that they don't have the guns, really. It's possible they can get a pick off here, though. Smoke comes up.
Gonna try to pinch this. Nice kill from Aragorn. Double even.
And now the A play comes through.
It's gonna be a streamlined push out of Legacy, a 3v5 attempt, and remember, still pistols out there in the mix, so gotta get it going with the guns they had, and they do. Agile, now low, deep inside of the donut, and even more damage done to Story. Look at the health that remains here. Of course, Legacy are gonna find a chance to still pick up some frags, but krazy could ultimately make up the difference. If only he was having a better game, he'd probably have more self-confidence in this one, but Story still to work with him nearby. Dumau's gonna clear it. Oh! Desert Eagle to the head. Nissim trades back.
He's sure they're together, and he's right. How long does he hold his nerve?
30 to the clock. Nissim buys his time, and that's good damage, but the headshot connects on the second swing attempt.
Wow, great recoil control.
And Legacy bounce back 3v5.
So solid by Nissim. They did everything really well there. I think they just obviously were hoping it was going to end B in this spot. They still could have been able to pick that up, but they took so much damage. They had numbers, but those players were very flimsy and only one M4.
Aragorn opens up at least. Forced to the very end. Dumau's got the response, though, quickly. Still bodies inside B, but Lux takes up position inside of the cave, and Muterus is announcing himself, running around with that 5-7. krazy from the corner. Only the one kill as they just brute force their way through. Still saw players not far off this site, and Story's going to keep that tempo, that aggression, that pressure on top of Legacy, as they are stuck in the back of this bomb site in anticipation of the CTs. Trades come through with the team kill. 12th round secured here for Legacy. 9 map match and grand finals points.
Yeah, and it's well earned. They ran through this. They kept to their style. They showed us how they've won an event in the past, and they're here to embarrass Saw. 1 round away from having one of the best days in this org's history. The best has got to be qualified to the major the first time, but this would have absolutely turned heads.
It's just a reckoning for Saw, and it shows that Legacy are here to make themselves mainstays at the end of 2025, setting themselves up for a fantastic next year as well. Saw turned heads today, but that crushing defeat back on Nuke left their confidence shattered like ceramic. They spend 15 rounds of Ancient trying to pick up the pieces, and Legacy just keep kicking them while they're down. Never did they have money to make this second half happen. It's been force buy after force buy to try to keep Legacy off of it, but this corner for krazy.
They know he's here, though.
Yeah, they're gonna still make sure he is locked into this position. Frag for him, he'll drop Lux at least, but Dumau's gonna play the patient game against a low health Muterus.
Muterus not really thinking about this at all. Dumau, statuesque over here, clears the angle slowly, and slowly the hopes fade of Saw.
Unable to get this third map in the semifinal ever going. Agile preoccupied with Dumau allows for the A main exit to come. It's going to take something heroic now from Story. Such a lights out player for Saw throughout this event. But with 3 players on the other side, we have to accept the reality that is Legacy are becoming a Grand Finals repeat occurrence. In 2 weeks of Counter-Strike, it is 2 Grand Finals, and they will take a swing at Aurora for a trophy. Either 2 lifts in 2 weeks or Xantares gets his. What a game we have left here in Bucharest.
Yeah, super, super disappointing for Saw. They thought they were in the final, but it was a booby trap set by me.